Love you, man.
Thank you. Good morning, Pravin.
Good morning, Sivam. How are you, brother?
Good, how are you?
I'm happy by God's grace and your blessings.
Thank you, thank you. Before we get into the actual our conversation, let me give brief introduction about helping our boys and men. Actually, the open up live talk. So live talk is open up is the platform where an individual can come and share their life journey, struggles, your challenges, daily challenges as a man, as a boy, as a father, anyone can share your life journey. And by sharing your life journey, somebody else, whoever is listening on the other side, whoever is actually um, seeing this life journey, the experience, challenges, overcome, whatever you name it, so you can connect with the situations, and you can change the mindset, you can change the lifestyle. Somewhere, somehow, it will help. This is the motivation, this is the platform. So that's the motivation I created, because by anybody, we all have challenges. It doesn't matter either big or small or any size of challenges. We all go through. That's a life nature. That's okay. But somebody out there, whoever cannot come to Facebook, or cannot come online or social media or whatever, but whoever is listening this message can take it to that person and then give some hope, give some beliefs. Okay, you know what, I can do this, or there's a platform I can share my story. There are so many stories untold, so many stories out there, especially from the man side, or boy side, from our youth, male's perspective, right? This is the platform where you can share your life journey and change somebody else's life. One word, one message, one event, one journey. Let's make a positive change in others people's lives. All right, let's go. Today we have a special person. That's my soul brother, Pravin Patel. Let's welcome, and let's introduce yourself. Give me some brief intro, Pravin. Go ahead, brother.
Hello, I am Dr. PPP. I am the celebrity guru, award-winning author of the book You Are the Celebrity. I am the marathon man who ran 9 marathons in my lifetime by God's grace, inshallah, and your blessings. I am the Guinness World Records #1 international bestseller of the book Magnetic Entrepreneur, world renowned. I served in the Canadian Army as the engineer by God's grace and your blessing. I'm super excited. I'm super excited to have myself with none other than the world's universal blood donor who donated blood 50 plus times, and who is the host of helping our boys and men, and who has the celebrity golden heart. So I'm super excited, super excited, super excited. Yes, brother.
So tell me about yourself. Just a brief intro. Talk about your Canadian living or your background, just a little bit to get to know our, so people can relate to your, background, or you know.
Sure. 50 years and 1 month ago, CEO and my celebrity, I born in the world's biggest country, best country, none other than Mother India, and the province called Gujarat, who gave Mahatma Gandhi. And today, actually, I'm taking interview of Mahatma Gandhi's great grandson. Uh, yes, so I'm Tushar Arun Manilal Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. And I am coming from the small village called Julasan, who gave Sunita Williams NASA astronaut to the world. And since my childhood, it's the spirituality was full of spirituality. My street has two temples. The name of my street is Temple Street. In my village, 100 plus temples. But the biggest temple of my village is a Muslim Devi temple. Even though in my village history of 1,000 years, only Hindu people lived in my village. So since I'm in search of spirituality, and God put me at the right place at the right time, 50 years and 1 month ago. I was so shy during my childhood, so shy, and I had the excuse like, God took my sister when my sister was so small, maybe age 2 or 3. So God took away my sister. So that was my excuse. And second one is like, it was my childhood dream that I'm going to go to the USA. I'm going to God is going to send me the love of my life with the same last name Patel, same subdivision of Kadwa Patel, and same subdivision of Kadwa Patel 42. And yes, and very first dream I remember, I dreamt that was to become the pilot, because my father gave me the container to put the pen and stuff like that. And on that container, there was a picture of a beautiful air hostess and beautiful blue color plane and blue color dress air hostess. So that was my first dream. Second dream, I told my dad in early teenagers that, Dad, I'm going to become the biggest priest the world has ever created. And my father said one sentence. My father said, "You are the lighthouse for our family." Emotional blackmail. The father who is not only my father, is my godfather, right? Who taught me spirituality since my childhood, since my first breath. And the same father, he said this sentence. So, okay, I put it that thought at the side, but I searching for spirituality was already there. And then I love mathematics since my childhood, and mathematics and engineering goes together. So I got my third dream. I'm going to become the mathematician. I'm going to become the engineer, because engineering and mathematics goes together. But my father wanted me to become the doctor. So again, one more emotional blackmail to make my father happy. I went to the medical college in Surat, Gujarat, India. Surat is the city for diamond city of the world. Surat is also textile hub of the world, and Surati food is also well known in the world. And Surati Gale, Surati bad word is also well known in the world. I never spoke a bad word in my life. Yeah. Okay. So then, because I was living my father's dream, also I felt inferiority complex because of English, even though because all my life I studied my Gujarati mother tongue, and then even though English subject comes since grade 5, but English teachers also used to teach in mother tongue.
Right.
So I felt inferiority complex because of English, and because also I felt homesick, inferiority complex. So I started bunked the classes and used to go to my uncle's home, who had a home in Surat too. So then over there, I felt like top of the world, and then when I go to the medical college, I go down. So that kind of circle started. And I failed in first MBBS, not one, not two, not three, not four, but 4 times I failed, and fifth time I passed first MBBS. Second MBBS also I failed because my base was so weak, and again I was, as I told you all this, right? I am the suicide survivor. I did my best to die myself, to end my life, but God took me over. God saved my life, and I got in my life 10 plus times in near death situation. Like next moment, no life. Next moment, no life, and all the 10 plus times. Again, God survived, and every time God make me survive. I don't ask like, God, why did you put me into this situation? No, I never ask that question. But I always ask like, tell me, what do you want me to do? Show me my mission, passion, purpose, vision. There are like, at those time like 6-7 billion people. Like out of that many people, tell me like, what do you want me to do through this world? Give me sign. So I keep asking, keep asking, keep asking. And then yes, I found my mission, passion, purpose, and vision. And my mission, passion, purpose, and vision. Do you want me to share with you, Shivam, with you and with your celebrity?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Sure,
Shortly. Yeah.
sure, shortly. Awaken the celebrity within you and 1 billion plus people. That's my mission, passion, purpose, and vision. Awaken the awakening within you and 1 billion plus people. That's my mission, passion, purpose, and vision. During my medical college, see, since my childhood, I used to watch movies. My uncle has a movie theater, so my father taught me and made me the biggest, wildest dreamer. My father is not only my father, he's my godfather. Bollywood also taught me how to dream wild, because when I watch in those, Bollywood movies, man, I'm in a different zone. And then I started to get autographs and photographs, and interview of the big celebrities in Bollywood, because Surat is like close to Mumbai, like about 300
Yeah.
kilometers. So lots of celebrities used to come, to play drama or nights and stuff like that. So that was my escape, and that was my surviving mode during my medical college, because my father was like military kind of personality, like Thakur Khush hoga, shabash dega. So I never able to say my dad, like, dad, like, come on, I'm dying here, like, yeah, in medical college, let's choose something. But my father is like, have the dream of going to the sun. Eventually, you'll get stars and moon. So that's my father's mentality. And yeah. So then what happened is I became finally a dropout. I don't have time to explain how it happened, but I shared in my book, You Are the Celebrity. So if you my celebrity, go to that website, youarethecelebritybook.com. They will get free first chapter of my book, the which are the celebrity I met in my life, right? So I was writing my autobiography. Then my father's, I was, so excited. My father came to meet me, and with expectation, Thakur Khush hoga, shabashi dega. I get some, padding on my shoulder, and my father, I showed the page. I was not thinking to write autobiography. I was already writing the autobiography. I showed the pages, the one which I wrote. My
Yeah.
father said, you know, son, that's nice, but why don't you make your life so big so people writes about you, big thing about you. You don't have to write. Like I
Hmm.
was expecting, like, 40 volt of Jatka. My father gave me like 4 billion watt of Jatka. My father is always there. If I dream this much, my father
Yeah.
always pull my dream up to this. Come on, son, you can do up to here. Why are you dreaming so small, right? So yes,
let's
and
let's let's talk about just you also touched or said a number of times about your father, but go back those days, man. Give me some moments back those days, early, either it can be early as maybe 5-10 years old, or something like that, the relationship. Talk about your father and son relationship.
okay, sure. Man, my father is my first guru. Okay, of course I got my family guru too, but my father is my guru. My father taught me how to do yoga since my childhood. My father taught me how to do sirsasana, like, headstand, right, and all these things. My father used to wake me up like around 5 o'clock in the morning. My father, myself, and the village boys, used to go like, open field, and do all
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
yoga. So my father is a role model for, like, not only for my village. My father was the head clerk of the all the clerks of my province Gujarat, right? So he was like so big, and I watched my father delivering speeches from, like front of 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, like that. So that was the mentality I got. But when I went to deliver my first speech at grade 5, my
Yeah.
father was in the school head clerk, right? So he was on the chair, principal, and teachers were on the chair.
Yeah.
Then, I stood up, in front of, on the open ground. It was open ground, by the trees, and like that.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yes.
when I stood up, man, not a single word came out from my mouth. That was my first speech. Zero word, zero word, zero sentence, man. And
Wow.
I really, and I looked at my father's face, and I decided, man, I'm going to make my father proud through my speaking, right? And my father always used to write me the speeches, and I just memorized those speeches, and delivering this in front of the class. After that speech, I never ever looked back, and grade 7, actually, uh, health minister of my province, Gujarat, he came to my village, and
Right.
gave me the medal because I delivered the speech about Indian flag, and Ashok Chakra. And happy belated India's Independence Day 74th, and happy belated Pakistan's Independence Day 74th too. Yes.
So, so always, father is a role model, of course. Sometimes, unfortunately, some people, they don't have the luxury, or they don't have the lifestyle. Maybe they don't have the father figure in their livelihood, but somebody else replace. It doesn't matter, either uncle or whoever it is. They come and they replace the space, and then they will lead. But in your case, father is so big, huge inspiration, because if you go back and then connect the dots, the current lifestyle that you have, and then you are speaking last number of years, and going back those days. So your father was a big inspiration, I believe. Is that right?
Billion% you are right, billion%. But because what happened is my father was in my psyche, everywhere, body,
Right.
mind, soul. So I did not have much time to pay respect to my mother.
Mm.
My mother was a homemaker,
Yeah.
right? So what happens is, even though my mother asked me, okay, son, what do you want me to eat? I said, man, ask your my grandmother, ask your mother-in-law, she'll be happy, because you're going to stay whole life with her. I'm going to hostel and stuff like that, but my mother always asked me, right? So my mother pampered me so much. And on the contrast, my father pampered, not pampering, but like, trained me like, hard way, principle,
Right.
this, that, things, right? So I got both the polarities, like, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. So my father was from real Mars, real Mars, my mother from real Venus, So I got the balance.
I think also you got the energy from his blessing too.
Oh, big time. Oh, yeah, yeah. Like big time. Really, I got, like, I tell you, man, people sometimes ask, like, what's the secret of the energy? Because I found my purpose, like who I am, where I came from, where I will go,
Yeah,
and I'm living my life not for myself, I'm not selfish. I'm living for like 1 billion people. Like, either you are my soul brother, soul sister, or soul son. Either you are my, soul like sister, soul mother, or soul daughter, right? So like all the 8 billion plus people, those are like my all these, like it's a Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, divine family, brother, right?
exactly. Pravin, I want to ask you one thing. You touched. You said earlier conversation that you had a suicidal situation or that the situation. Can you, if you don't mind, if you can, if you're willing to share it, that's perfectly all right. So can you go back to those moments and then give what actually happened, or because those are the situations people can relate sometimes, and then they say, you know what, compared to my situation, in his situation, this is nothing, so I can change it in some ways, some kind of hope they can get it from those moments. And then how did you overcome from that moments, right? Please.
Right. Great question, and I love to talk about mental health. I love to talk about depression, anxiety, suicide thoughts. So great question. I love you about asking this question. So what happened is I was living in 32 numbers room, 32 worldwide hostel on the 6th floor of my hostel in medical college.
Hmm.
And there was a common room between 31 and 32 common room. So we shared the washroom,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Hmm.
So the common room, the 31 room number, one of the student, my junior, his name is Bakul Patel. He was
Hmm.
also from my area, Mehsana area. So I was treating him as the brother because I was homesick. So whoever from my area, I treat him like the brother, man. Okay. So I didn't rag in him, I didn't give him a hard time like I'm boss, whatever. I'm like, senior or you're junior, no, nothing like that.
Right.
And one day he used bad word, and that bad word was not even like F kind of word, even so mild, okay? But I never heard that bad word from him before, and suddenly I heard that, right? So I said,
Hmm.
man, I'm like respecting this my senior is like my brother, he's my room partner. We talk, we laugh, we cried, and like he used bad word to me. That's it, man. That's it. Now what's the meaning of living, man? What's the meaning of living? So I decided to suicide. Now how to suicide? I said, man, civil hospital is close by, like I'm living in the civil hospital, so I don't want to survive. If I survive, man, they're going to make me survive, you know what I mean? So I'm going to do such a
So,
way.
Pravin, one second.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
that was the first time you heard that words from a respected fellow
Yep.
friend or fellow
Yep.
human being,
Mhm.
and then you were kind of shocked, and then you kind of like went into the depression mode, or any word what you want, but
Yeah.
it's a very very downtime. Is that right?
Yeah. And within like couple of minutes, like this has happened, like right away from top of the world to right away valley of
Right.
depression or ocean of depression, right away. And right away I decided, man, that's it. And end of the life, that's the solution. That's it. I couldn't live with this kind of
Mm.
a shame or like that. So then I said, okay, how to die? So I decided I'm going to die by jumping under the vehicle. Okay,
Mm.
so I got ready, I was going, so I had to pass 31 because I was living in 32. So I passed
Right.
his
Yeah.
room, and
Okay.
same guy, Dr. Bakul, he said, Pravin bhai kya jao show. I still remember exactly word by word. That means, Pravin, where are you going, brother Pravin, where are you going, but I was in that mode, I ignore him. Like, he gave me the opportunity to open up, but I
Right.
was in that mode. So even though, like, he was ready to me to open up, but, like, that's it. And I just rushed towards the one. Like, within 2 minutes I reached over there. And then I said, okay, which vehicle I have to choose, right? So I said, man, if I go under the car.
I just want to pause over there
Yeah,
because
please.
you know we already met Dr. Di Martini, and then I went through
Yes,
some of his
I met him too. Yes.
workshops too. But the moment, even we heard so many times, in any situations, especially on the bad situation, there's opportunity. There's somehow, somewhere, somebody. It doesn't matter. It can be a person, a human being, or somehow there's an opportunity. There's some kind of sign comes to your, to that moment, but we ignore it. We ignore it.
Yeah,
We completely ignore it because we are in the different mood. So we completely ignore it. But we forget to see that, there's something is trying to stopping you. You know what I mean? So yeah, go ahead. So
absolutely.
I
Like,
just want
help
to
is
clarify
already
that.
available. There are like suicide helpline, there depression helpline, everywhere is available. And
Yeah,
the same guy who put me in that situation, actually, I took it. He didn't put me, but I took it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
right,
that
right,
wasn't intention to make me die. That was not his intention, right? But
right,
I took it like so much seriously, right?
right,
Okay, so I reached over there. I said, okay, man, if I die, if I would jump below the car, I might survive. They can bring you to the hospital, and I don't want to
right.
survive. Okay, so I chose the truck. So truck is coming. Okay, truck is coming from north side. I
Hmm.
was okay. So now I don't see the truck. I see the only wheel because I was so focused, man. I see the wheel see the me, and that's it. That's it. Coming closer, coming closer. Not even second left. Okay, not even second left. And then fraction of second, I had no idea what happened. I have no worries, nothing. I didn't thought about like my family, what would we think, nothing, right? But what happened is God took me over. That's I can explain what happened. I have no idea. And then truck passed by. I went to the temple close by. I used to go all the time. I stayed over there. I prayed over there till the last. The I was the last person. And the take care of the temple. The pujari said, now time to go, buddy.
So
I went to
was it a inner calling, you would say, or
God.
somebody?
God came. I like God took me over. God saved my life. Because otherwise I was ready. I see like fraction of second even not left between the will and me. And now that fraction of second, what happened? And that's the explanation I can say. Like God took me over. God saved me.
Hmm.
God, yeah. So yes.
So after that, have you thought about, or like, how did you come out, the overcomes I'm talking about? You know what? Even though you just came out from that moment, but it's still some kind of thought, or some kind of side effect, or whatever you name it. It's still going through your mind, and But how did you come out from that?
Sure. So then, I was so grateful to God, and so thankful to God, and again asked like, God, thank you so much for, making me survive. But like, tell me why? Why do you want me to live? Like, what do you want me to do? Tell me my mission, passion, purpose, and vision, right? And but I was so spiritual, so also I go to the temple. Also, there is I got one of another my spiritual guru from Surat, right? Ashram Bapu, and I learn lot, and yeah, so spirituality was my like a healer from my, because I was not focused in medical college, even like big books, this and that, so yeah.
Right.
And yeah, so this was happening even like during a medical college, during the exam especially, because whole year I enjoy, this like kind of like life, like flashy life, like one day I remember I watched even three movies in three different theaters, and in the
Yeah.
fourth theater I went to do for the washroom. So
Yeah.
three theaters, I was three Bollywood movies, three different theaters. In the
Yeah.
fourth theater, I went for the washroom, right? And I I was like, I get a mastery of like without money. I used to do that. You know what I mean? Because like my father has a three son. All of them were in the hostel, right? So I got the mastery of doing that. So good kind of adrenaline rush I got. You know what I mean? So I just like even the big let's say award nights or drama also I used to without pay. I just go backstage this and that. I just got the mastery how to go to the inner circle anyhow, hook or crook anyhow, man. Yeah.
So let's talk about the society. Uh, Either it can be through cultural or religion or social pressure or anything. Over the times, as a family man, when you look at it from different side, what you see actually. Uh, as a boy, I mean, from male's perspective, what we are focusing, or I mean, what we are the challenges the men worlds go through. Let's from your point of view, what you actually feel.
Sure, great question. Yeah, nowadays, especially let's talk about boys,
Hmm.
they are exposed such a small age with social media, and this kind of tons of information. So they are getting matured so fast.
Hmm.
Like,
So,
so
yeah.
if they don't have like right mentor, like, their parents or right buddy to guide them, oh my
Hmm.
God, there are like lots of ways to they go like other side.
Yeah.
Let's say, like, yeah, let's say about sex, what I mean, like, yeah, same thing, medical college, I was exposed to like, yeah, like one of the friend of mine, he exposed me like with sex related movies, not, yeah, movies also, also the books, like that. And again, like, I was looking for escape for a medical college, so then that was perfect aspect. But my father always write like, 2 liters a month, and each day liter every month, every time our father at,
Hmm.
son, make sure this time, lots of hormones are going to happening in your body. You save those hormones, become the brahmacharya, take care of brahmacharya. So my father later comes, like, I was like top of the world, and again those energy goes down, again start watching those movies, and like that. So I was like that, like that. Yeah, man. So and yeah, so I highly encourage, guys, be focused, because those years, young age is like, like those time, if you focus, right guide, right career, and once you get right career, and that's it. Now, like, I became finally a dropout, and because of that, like, I have to do odd jobs, like, yeah, I've been 24 hours in Canada. I've done, I don't know, maybe 50 kinds of odd jobs, last 15 years in security, right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not complaining, but see, like, if I have to focus, my life would be something different. I don't have any regret, because even the God tell me, like, would you like to change the life? No, I said, God, I'll take as it is, you know what I mean? Because every experience gave me every experience. If I would like, like a busy doctor, I might not right now front of you giving interview, you know what I mean, right? So yeah.
Yeah, because see, this is the way your life story. You had some challenges, and then you overcome from those moments, and now you are willing to share. This is what we want, and so now your energy levels is totally different, and the influence or inspiration you got is actually from your father, right? And by sharing this is a really great to hear those situations, and then whoever is listening from this moment, and then they can go back, even especially those boys, young boys out there, whoever is in the schools, either high school or college or universities. They are going through really big time with their studies and so much pressure, right? Even is much worse than before, like even compared to any other countries too, right? So that's why they are having issues too. So when they listen these kind of situations, they can relate to that. Okay, you know what? But there's a hope we can change it. Somebody out there, they were actually trying to give you a hand, or trying to show the light. That's what it is. End of the day, right? Anyway, within 30 minutes, we cannot really share everything from one person's life. So I do understand. So you have lots to share, and then you are doing pretty much. You are always on the live, and then you are really very present every moment. I can see. Um, but the energy you create, the vibration you create, within yourself and with other people too. It's a blessing too, right? It's a God's blessing. I'm actually happy to interview and listen to your. Actually, it's not an interview. I don't want to put that
Yeah,
interview,
exactly.
but
Yeah, it's
it's
conversation, right?
just a
Yeah.
friendship, friends talk, right? So thank you for joining and then actually willing to share your life story, life experience, those critical, crucial moments in those. I do understand, and then I always think about those moments. Like because this guy he was in that situation. Now he's in a different situation. So by I hope his moments you can relate to his moments and his experience, and somebody out there can change your mindset, thinking, the way of thinking. So please, whoever is willing to share your stories, you can come on Sundays from 10 to 10:30, just 30 minutes. You don't have to prepare anything. There's no gender limitation. There's no age limitation. Any walks of life, from anywhere in the world. Uh, you don't have to be a man to share your man's perspective. You can be a sister. You can be a mother. You can be a daughter. Anything. So any experience, it's really helpful for other persons. Okay. This is the intention to just create a platform. So again, thank you, Pravin. One word, one message, one event, one journey. Let's make a positive impact on the others' lives. All right. Take care, brother. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Next time. See you next time. All right. Take care. Thanks.